1973 World Oil Market Chronology from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, at en.wikipedia.org. 1973 World Oil Market Chronology. January 11th. US Phase 3 price controls begin. Allows for voluntary instead of mandatory price control on all US prices. This does not prevent a sharp rise in heating oil prices caused by a severe winter and shortage of product. January 17th. President Richard Nixon suspends mandatory oil import quota on number 2 heating oil through April 30th. January 23rd. Shah of Iran announces that the 1954 operating agreement between a consortium of oil companies and Iran will not be renewed when it expires in 1973. The consortium was formed in 1954 as a means to settle a dispute between a new ministry in Iran and the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. The consortium included Standard Oil of New Jersey, Standard Oil of California, SOCONY Vacuum, the Texas Company, Gulf, Royal Dutch Shell, and the Compagnie Française de Pétroles, and the AIOC. February 28th. Iraq and the IPC reach an agreement on compensation for nationalization. March. Special Rule No. 1 reimposes mandatory Phase 2 price controls on the 23 largest oil companies. Smaller companies, representing 5% of the market, enjoy uncontrolled prices. March 16th. The Shah of Iran and consortium members agree to nationalize all assets immediately in return for an assured 20-year supply of Iranian oil. March 16th. OPEC discusses rising prices to offset the decline of the US dollar value. April 1st. OPEC increases posted prices by 5.7%. April 18th. US government ends mandatory oil import program. The program, established in 1953 by President Dwight D. Eisenhower, had limited imports of crude and product east of the Rocky Mountains to a percentage of domestic crude production. June the 1st. 8 OPEC countries raise posted prices by 11.9%. June 11th. Libya nationalizes bunker hunt concession. Nigeria acquires 35% participation in Shell BP concession. June 14th. The Nixon administration imposes a 60-day economy-wide price freeze, superseding Special Rule No. 1 for oil companies. August. Libya nationalizes 51% of Occidental Petroleum concession and of the Oasis Consortium. August 17th. President Nixon's Cost of Living Council imposes 2-tier price ceiling on crude petroleum sales. The production of old oil that was produced at or below 1972 levels from existing wells is to be sold at March 1973 prices plus 35 cents. The production of new oil that produced above 1972 levels from existing wells and oil produced from new wells is to be sold at uncontrolled prices. September the 1st. Libya nationalizes 51% of 9 other company concessions: Esso, Libya Sirte, Mobil, Shell, Gelensburg, Texaco, SoCal, Libyan American, known as ARCO, and Grace. September 5th. A conference of less developed countries approves forming the Producers' Associations, calls for withdrawal of Israeli forces from occupied Arab lands. September 15th. OPEC supports price hikes and designates 6 Persian Gulf countries to negotiate collectively with companies over prices, other members to negotiate individually. September. Kuwait rejects gradual participation increase plan, insists on immediate 60% participation. October 6th. Beginning of Fourth Arab-Israeli War. October 7th. Iraq nationalizes Exxon and Mobil shares in Basra Petroleum Company, representing 23.75% equity in the company. October 8th. OPEC meets with oil companies to discuss revision of 1971 Tehran Agreement and oil prices. Negotiations fail. October 16th. The Gulf Six, Iran, Iraq, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar unilaterally raise the posted price of Saudi light marker crude 17% from $3.12 to $3.65 per barrel and announce production cuts. September 17th. OPEC oil ministers agree to use oil weapon in Arab-Israeli war, mandate cuts in exports and recommend embargo against unfriendly states. October 19th. President Nixon requests Congress to appropriate $2.2 billion in emergency aid for Israel. Libya, Saudi Arabia, and other Arab states proclaim an embargo on oil exports to the United States. October the 23rd. Arab oil embargo extended to the Netherlands. November the 5th. Arab producers announce 25% cut in production below September levels. Further cuts of 5% are threatened. November the 18th. Arab oil ministers cancel the scheduled 5% cut in production for EEC. November 23rd. Arab Summit Conference adopts open and secret resolutions on the use of the oil weapon. Embargo extended to Portugal, Rhodesia, and South Africa. November 27th. President Nixon signs the Emergency Petroleum Allocation Act, authorizes petroleum price, production, allocation, and marketing controls. December the 9th. Arab oil ministers announce a further production cut of 5% for January for non-friendly countries. December 22nd. OPEC Gulf 6 decides to raise the posted price of marker crude from $5.12 to $11.65 per barrel, effective January the 1st, 1974. December the 25th. Arab oil ministers cancel January 5% production cut. Saudi Arabian oil minister promises 10% OPEC production rise. This sound file and all text in the article are licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 3.0 Unported license, available at http://creativecommons/licenses/by-sa/3.0.